Joseph Nasser here with Governor Pete Ricketts, obviously here for both the Pillen Watch Party and the Mike Flood Watch Party. Let's start with Senator Flood. He obviously was, the race was called for him. Your reaction to that news?
Yeah, I'm excited to have Mike be the representative for the 1st Congressional District. Obviously, there's still a lot of work left to do. This was just the Republican primary. We got the special election June 28th, and then, of course, the general election. But Mike is a great guy. He's done wonderful things for Northeast Nebraska, and he's going to do a great job of representing the 1st Congressional District here in Nebraska.
Now, Governor Ricketts, obviously, people thought that this race would be Herbster and Pillen. How closely have you been following the election results as they're coming in? Obviously, nothing official yet, but it seems like the dark horse, someone you've worked with, Senator Brett Lindstrom, has really made his way into this race. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think that with the early votes coming out of Omaha, that's where Brett's strength's going to be, but he just goes downhill from here, right? So I think this is still going to be a close race, but I don't think Brett goes up. I think he just continues to go down, and ultimately Pillen's going to win this race.
Have you had a chance to speak with him? I mean, it seems like he's the same confident, big smile on his face, trademark Jim Pillen. What are you seeing? Have you had a chance to speak with him?
Yep, I got a chance to talk to Jim earlier tonight. He's in a great mood. He had a great day today, and it's absolutely appropriate to wait till the final results come in. You may recall from 8 years ago that John Bruning didn't concede until about 11:30 at night. So like I said, it could be a late night, and that's when it's going to be appropriate for Jim to take the stage.
Governor Ricketts, thank you so much for taking the time. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks.
Rod, Megan, back to you.
And yes, the governor is right. It could be a late night here, but we're going to stay here and keep you updated. And we are going to try and check back in with Joseph. Obviously, he spoke with the governor earlier in the evening. So we're having a little bit of communication problems there, but hopefully we'll get Joseph live for you a little later on in the show.
We'll get those worked out, you bet. Hey, let's now check in with the Charles Herbster camp. They met in the Haymarket tonight, and Channel 8's Alexa Skineski joins us live now with more. Alexa?
Yeah, Ron, Megan, I'm at the Lincoln Station Great Hall. That's the old train station down in the Haymarket for the Charles Herbster Watch Party. Now, people have been trickling in all afternoon. The doors opened at 7, and the energy is pretty high. I mean, you can hear it behind me. The music is loud. The energy is up. Even though Herbster is falling a little behind right now, Lindstrom and Pillen, Herbster is a little over 27% with still more votes to be counted. But even with all of that, his supporters are still in good spirits. They're confident this race isn't even close to being over. Let's take a listen.
Just very excited about being here, and it's going to be a good night. I feel very confident that we're going to be successful and we're going to win tonight.
You won't see the live ballots until 9:15 and then 10:15. That's when you'll see the real numbers coming in.
So you have hope. You have much hope still.
100% hope.
The night's still young. It's going to be a close race, but I'm confident Charles will win.
Herbster has yet to speak at this point. He was supposed to speak around 8 o'clock after the polls closed, but he has been patiently waiting and waiting. Now we're going to stick around to hear what he has to say, whether good or bad for the Herbster campaign. But for now, the party continues. Reporting in Lincoln, Alexa Skineski, Channel 8 News.
All right, Alexa, we'll be checking back with you in a little bit here. Thank you for that live report.
Now we're going to head up to Omaha, where gubernatorial Republican candidate Brett Lindstrom had his watch party. That's where we find Channel 8's Ariana Martinez and joins us live with the latest from there. Ariana?
Yes, I am here in Omaha tonight at Brett Lindstrom's watch party, where the crowd has been enthusiastic all night. Let me step out of the way so we can get a look at what this crowd looks like tonight. Now, when the first results came out earlier today, just after the polls closed at 8, Brett Lindstrom was far ahead of any of his other competitors, and over the last half hour, things have changed just a little bit, but we did just hear from what would be the Lieutenant Governor talking about there is supposed to be a drop from Douglas County by 10:45, so they're hoping that polls will change around 10:45, so we'll make sure to keep an eye out for that. But we have not yet heard from Brett Lindstrom, but we did speak with a few people here out in the crowd, and a lot of people are saying one of the things they love most about Brett Lindstrom is that he is bipartisan, having a lot of support both from the Democratic Party and from the Republican Party.
I'm actually one of those Democrats. I'm glad to see that many of us said, you know what, enough's enough, we're not going to take the risk. Oh gosh, so much. I think the nice thing about having is somebody who's reasonable, who understands and wants to listen and understand, wants to talk about bipartisanship. And that is what excites me most, that it's not going to be one way or the other. We're going to talk bipartisan.
As all the votes are continuing to come in tonight, but we will continue to keep you updated throughout the night. Make sure to check our social medias on Twitter, Facebook, and our website to get the latest updates on those votes. Now, Brett has been in the legislature for a few years now, and a lot of people talked about how he's gotten at least 60 of his bills passed through his time in the legislature, and again, a lot of that bipartisan support both from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Reporting live here in Omaha, Ariana Martinez, Channel 8 News.